Hello everyone, this is Shadow Dragon from the DCUO community. And at the time I'm recording this video, the server is down for a transition of events. They're turning off the anniversary event, and I believe the Valentine's Day event is going up. So we have 8 hours of downtime, and a little bit bored, so I'm just doing this video. And as you can see, there's no footage because the server and the test server are both down. So I'm just using some stills from the anniversary event, and I'm going to talk about the various drops and what I did with them. So this is much in the same format as my loot capsule series, but I'm not actually unboxing anything. I'm just talking about the rewards and the tunes I ran and what I got. So first of all, it was made pretty clear that the event was supposed to last, it looks like 3 years without replays. If you added up like all the armor pieces you needed to buy plus the collections, because you have to buy the last piece of each collection. The Anniversary Antics one is 20 crowns. And there's the Blue Mist collection ends with 120 crowns, so that is a hefty amount. And if you calculate it, it would take 3 years without replays if you played every day. So I didn't want to replay on my main because it would just be completely boring if I played the same thing with the same character and power. So what I did was I ran all of my alts. So that is 17 through the outside, but on some days I didn't run all 17 because I went in order of speed. There were the ones that I'm a bit slower with that I kind of omitted on some days. And as far as the interior raid, I would run that on all the level 30s plus some of the better lower level ones. Like I would run my hard light character because she was pretty effective getting her combo counter up. Yeah, so I would say I ran that maybe 6 to 8 times a day. So starting with the more common collection, Anniversary Antics. All of the pieces of this were pretty common. There were 3 that were slightly more rare. Like one for each faction, meta, magic, and tech. But if you played the interior enough, you should get all 3 and even duplicates. At some point in the broker, even all 3 of those would drop to pretty low prices. So to give you an idea of how common this collection was, I actually completed on almost every tune, like not buying the feat. I would maybe I have 1 or 2 that are missing it, but pretty much everybody has it. And what you get for it is you get 5 marks, which is kind of like a bonus, but that's not the real thing. Obviously, you get a feat, so that's big, and you also get one of the best titles in the game of the Golden Age. So I thought that was a pretty cool reward. Now the other collection, Relics of Blue Hope, is a little bit more rare, and you're going to see that it costs a bit more at the broker. But you should get most of the pieces pretty often from the event drops, the raid drops, I should say. And you're going to end up with 3 that are a bit more rare. Like that's pretty common with a lot of the Aura collections. I don't remember the name of most of those, but usually the final piece is called Scarab of the Reach. If you have that, you can pretty much complete the collection pretty easily. And then you have to buy the last piece for 120 crowns, which is pretty hefty. Like that's probably half of your work for this session. So I went ahead and completed that collection on Alyssa, and that pretty much takes her out of the race for completing the AntiMonitor set because she had to use 120 crowns for it, which I don't regret at all because it's one of the best looking auras in the game, and it works well with her blue and gold look. Now, one of the things you could have done was complete the collection on an alt and then pass the aura over to your main. But I actually used the alts for another reason, which I'll go over when I talk about the armor. But getting back to the aura, I basically completed on one character, and I got pretty close on two others. Like there's an alt that has a Blue Lantern suit, and she has all the pieces except for the one you have to buy. So she'll have to complete that one next year. And I have to sort out the drops in my inventory, but I might have enough pieces for another blue aura. So we'll say I completed 1 to 2 of these and almost 3. So that makes it considerably more rare than the Anniversary Antics collection, but it's definitely a more valuable reward. So moving on to sort of the main item that people are working towards, there's the AntiMonitor Inspired Armor. Now this is one of the pieces that's meant to span multiple events because I think it adds up to 400 crowns, which you would never get without replays. But it's not totally impossible. Like, people have it, people replayed a lot, and of course with the event ending on a double crowns weekend, it definitely made it a little bit easier. But it's not something I replayed a whole lot. I replayed it a few times for extra marks, but I wasn't looking to complete that on a single character because it would just drive me crazy, running it over and over on the same character, same power. It was definitely more fun to switch up my characters and run the event. But I always had a plan in place. So I'm pretty much banking on a feature that they mentioned a while ago where they're going to let us unlock styles on alts. So I don't quite, like, no one knows the details of how that's going to work, but I'm kind of taking a gamble on it. And what I did was I earned various marks on different characters, and they each picked up different parts of the AntiMonitor suit. So I'm hoping to kind of unlock the different parts on all the characters once those are collected, and it would form the full suit plus the feet once we get that feature. So I am hoping we get this feature sometime this year, like before the next event, because obviously in the next event I'll probably complete the AntiMonitor Style. So it's kind of a gamble because we don't know which one's going to come first, but I think more than likely the style unlock is going to come first. Now, when I first saw the AntiMonitor suit, I didn't have any characters that would actually use the style, but definitely the parts. And the backpack is my favorite part by far, so I made sure to collect that on every tune that I could. And the other parts are pretty useful for like sci-fi inspired costumes, or just anything with pipes, like if you wanted to make a Mr. Freeze or Black Manta. Definitely the parts look great, but I'm never one to use like the full suit because I like to create my own and customize it with different parts. This event also featured some of the best base items in the game because we finally got some nice looking tech items, and there's a good variety and various sizes. Some work well in the base and others work well in the League Hall. So there are a lot of these Star Labs consoles that you see in the slideshow here, and the other category of items is the antimatter items, which consists of rocks, portals, and like portal components. So these are also pretty nice for doing setups inspired by the event. Every time you ran and completed the raid, you would get a choice, like one of the base items would be a choice. So there's usually that, something else like either a mark or a mod, and you get two choices of gear. So the way I usually worked it was, on my T8 character Alyssa, like she would always pick the base item because she doesn't need the gear, and it's a recycled style, aerial defender. On my other tunes, I went for the gear if it was blue or purple. Otherwise, I would pick the base item. And when you run this every day, you do end up with a lot of base items because like you see the two greens, or you get too many blue and purples that are the same item. So you definitely get a lot, and these are going to be worth, a lot of money after the event. So if you have a lot of these stocked up, if you have extras, definitely store them for a while, because you won't see the event again for another year. So the price is going to go up because a lot of players coming in are going to want them. So that's pretty much how I fared with the event rewards. It's definitely one of the content pieces that has some of the best rewards. I played this a lot more than I thought I would. And it ended up being fun, especially after the adjustments to the dailies that made it a little bit faster. So yeah, that's it for now. Hope you had good luck with your drops, and thanks for watching.